Cancer, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what does not. We all know who we are in the story. I sure do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate what I do here, please hit that like button right there. Right there. See, that was so simple. Really makes a difference to my channel. And I would sure appreciate it if you would help me out that way. All right, let's see what is going on for all of my Cancers for the next 7 to 10 days. First card out for you is the 10 of Wands coming in upside down. You know, when I see the energy of that 10 come in like that, it's like you have got to let go of some of this weight that you've been carrying. There's a lot of heaviness, you know, and I feel as if you've been dealing with a situation here that has not been very fair. All right, we do have here the Six of Pentacles, and we see this energy of the Six of Pentacles. It's about a balance, give and take. And if you look here, one person seems to get the coffee cup, and the other person is standing behind as if he's not even being seen. So I feel as if there is this need for you to bring a little bit of balance when it comes to, you know, who's holding all the responsibilities, who's carrying all the weight, you know, because I do get the feeling sometimes, Cancer, you feel as if, you know, you're not being seen, you know, it's like, and maybe I'm also feeling like it's one of these situations, like, I don't think people realize how much they have now put upon you. You know, in order for them to look good, because I feel like you do a lot of work and they're out front doing all the work, and, you know, who's getting the credit? All right, so there is an energy around that I think you really want to see come to a close here with this World card. But let's get a few more cards out and see what's really going on for this week for whoever this resonates with. So, you know, I see you here with this Tower. I mean, you know, you are trying to avoid, you know, having to do what it is you have to do in order to deal with this feeling of, you know, you carrying all the weight, not being seen, and somebody else is getting all the glory. I mean, this is just not feeling very good for you. And look, here in your recent past, you come out as this Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the person who does all the work. They do the grunt work. All right, because Knight of Pentacles knows that in order to become the king, we have got to do all the work, you know, in order to get there. And I feel as if you've been doing all the work here with this Ten of Wands. Look, you've been carrying everything, but you can't do it anymore. I feel like it's just, you know, it's like burnout. You know, like I just can't do this anymore. I just can't. So whatever that is, I feel like you really want that to come to an end. And here we do have above you this Ace of Swords also coming in reverse. So again, I feel like you have been putting off wanting to really address this situation because, you know, maybe you're one of these people that doesn't like to have, you know, conflict. You know, you don't like to, you know, like kind of bring up things that make, you know, aren't so positive, you know, because you clearly have been carrying everything willingly. Sure, I'll take that. Sure, I'll take that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, put that on me. Yeah, okay, I'll carry that stick too. You know, to the point where you're dropping them all, right? You can't do it anymore. You just can't. And World card says, I can't, I don't want to do it anymore. Cancer, I mean, on top of that, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. But the Six of Pentacles, you know, there's money involved, you know, and here we have the Nine of Pentacles, you know, that's in your near future here. And I think, you know, you want to find this stability and this independence, you know, and you can't keep pretending here with this mask over the squirrel that this is working for you. I mean, this is not, because, you know, it could be one of these things too. It's like, you know, you're not even getting paid enough for everything that you're doing. So there is this need for you to make some kind of a decision here. We've got the Two of Wands coming in also upside down, you know, and whenever a card comes in upside down, it's saying, you know, we need to work to turning something around. You know, you have this decision you need to make. This is something you've been putting off. You know, there's another direction you've been wanting to go in, you know, because here, this Ace of Swords, man, this is on fire. But you've been putting it off, and you've been putting it off, you know, because here we have this Tower. You've not wanting to make this next step and this next decision because you don't want to come across as if you're being very aggressive. You know, you know, it's like you want to make this next, whatever it is you have to say, you're doing it because you have to do this, because you can't do this anymore, you know. So however it is, you know, for some people it may seem like, well, gosh, you know, all of a sudden now you're going to up and leave me, and, you know, and there could be some conflict that arises as to what it is you're about to say. And that's what you are really at the point of, maybe it's time to just face it, so that this can finally come to an end. So I feel as if, this energy around you trying to avoid the conflict and that conversation that is going to happen because you don't want to do something anymore. But I feel like you have no choice. Right? Especially when you come out here as your final outcome as this King of Cups. The King of Cups is very grounded and emotionally stable. All right. And they're very, very considerate about, everybody involved. So I feel like maybe, this is one of these energies. I am talking about Cancer. And I feel as if that's what you are trying to do here. You are not trying to, make things difficult, but you are trying to really find this grounded energy, from a very, very solid, stable mental place. You want to be very clear about what it is that you need to say, in this situation, because you've been stumped. You've been sitting on a stump here, tied to this one thing, but also tied to what it is you want to do. And here this little bird is kind of looking at you like, well, when are you going to finally say something? At some point, you just got to take a deep breath and kind of just say what it is you got to say, right, Cancer? And do what it is you got to do, especially so that, you don't feel like, it's just this unfair energy of you never being seen and heard for what it is you need. So yeah, I think it's time for you to, you're avoiding this, but here's the thing with the Tower energy, if it's going to end up being one of these things where if you don't say something on your own, it's just going to be blurted out. And then when you blurt it out, you may not be ready for that conversation in that moment, and it could kind of blow up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's one of those things to just kind of when opportunity opens up for you to have this conversation with this person about how you're really feeling, carrying all of this weight with them, I think this is the time, then you need to have that conversation when the opportunity presents itself so that your emotions are grounded, all right? Because you don't want to be caught off guard, all right? And you don't want to all of a sudden in a heated moment, all of a sudden spit something out that you'll regret later. So there's a situation, Cancer, you need to handle, you need to deal with it. It is not fair. It is not balanced. But I feel as if now it's one of these things that, you really have to ground into it and, take a deep breath and, do what you have to do so that everybody is happy again. All right. So this is what I've got to say to you, Cancer, today from the tarot. Let's see what's the bottom of the deck. Yeah, by doing this, you're going to find a sense of freedom, all right? And then here, this wish that you've been wanting is going to finally come through, all right? So sometimes we have to do what we have to do, and we have to say what we have to say, because we just can't carry the weight anymore. All right, so listen, Cancer, whoever you are out there, God bless you. Take care of yourself. I know you're going to make the good decision. And yeah, just know that freedom is right there, all right? You're right there. You're right there, all right? So just know that, just follow your heart, all right? And come from a real grounded place, and you'll make the right decisions, and you'll do the right thing. All right, until then, be well. Bye now.